With this Golden Shadow Imbuement rogue build, you will finish tier 3 extremely easy. And okay, with pretty much any rogue build, tier 3 will not be a problem, but this build is also impressively fast and real fun. So the first skill is Puncture. Throwing blades for short distance, good damage, slows and makes enemies vulnerable with this passive. The core skill that I'm using here is Flurry, because in my experience it is the best skill for rogue to apply imbuement. You just need to make sure that you have this aspect that deals damage with Flurry around you. Also, Flurry gives us a lot of self-heal and makes all enemies vulnerable. Since we will be fighting in a close range, we also take these passives to get close range damage reduction and additional self-heal. Next two skills are Dash. 1 point is enough, by the way, just for mobility, but you might take upgrades too. And Shadow Step. The Shadow Step we actually need as an escape option. Remember, it grants Unstoppable, so that means it can be used from stun to avoid death. And this is why instead of the improvement that gives stun, we want to be choosing the reduced cooldown. It means we don't initiate with Shadow Step, we want to keep it for a tough situation. And plus we have Dash to jump into groups of enemies. Anyway, moving to the main skills of this build. Shadow Imbuement imbue weapons with fast range shadows. It infects enemies and creates an explosion after an enemy's death or in 6 seconds. It's really good for cleaning hordes of enemies much faster, but the main reason why I took it is this passive, Consuming Shadows. Each time when we kill an enemy with shadow damage, we get back 30 energy, which is great for rogue, because we have some issues, with energy management. Next we have Cold Imbuement, for chilling and freezing enemies, which is awesome because they will not attack, so it's about extra survivability. And also important is that we get extra damage against chilled or frozen enemies from Frigid Finesse, so our Flurry will hit even harder. And the blended Cold Imbuement passive will grant us additional chance to freeze enemies, but you must take second wind to increase like a hit chance. The Precision passive will grant us extra crit chance, so consider taking it too. As for the key passive, I choose Close Quarters Combat, because we are mixing Marksman Puncture and Cutthroat skill Flurry, so we will not only get attack speed, but also the sweet 20% bonus versus crowd-controlled enemies. Our specialization is combo points. And now a couple words about items and aspects. A must-have aspect for this build is this one. Damaging chilled or frozen enemies with Shadow Imbuement has 75% chance to make an explosion and chill them for 15%, so even more explosions. Also, there are a few more items that you can benefit from, like for example extra imbuement effect versus vulnerable, but it will work great with any aspects. The build is obviously good to clean weaker enemies, but versus bosses it works fine as well. You will in fact not only clean minions extremely fast, but also will stagger them all the time. I hope this build will help you reach tier 4 as soon as possible. And if you're also interested in a good ranged build for rogue, check out my video, the link is on your screen. Thank you for your attention, bye bye!